We are now in Unit 2. We are doing equations. We've already been doing some equations stuff, but we're going to get into more in-depth, talk about it a little bit more. But before we actually get into equations, I need to make sure that you have the foundations. We can't jump up to step 5 if we skip steps 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? So the first thing that we're going to talk about is the word expression. What is a mathematical expression? Curtis?
An expression is a sentence of numbers, variables, and operations, but no equal sign.
Good. So it's a mathematical sentence. And that's key. It's a mathematical sentence with numbers, variables, and operations. What do I mean by mathematical operations? What are we talking about when we're talking about mathematical operations? What do you think?
Addition.
Yeah, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Those are our operations. So with numbers, variables, and operations, but no equal sign. Okay, so that's an expression is really what it's lacking. It will have no equal sign. We have names for expressions. So if I give you an example of 3x plus 7, there are certain names for this example. We should already know this, but what is the 3 called? Lydia, what do you think? Very good. The 3 is a coefficient. Okay, let's get to the next easy one. What is the x? This should be an easy thing. What is the x called? A variable. And then I'm going to start giving it away a little bit because I'm going to circle, or actually I'm going to box in the plus 7. This is the only new thing that we've really talked about. What are we going to call the plus 7? It has no variable with it. What do you think?
A term.
Close. It is going to be a term. That's close.
Okay.
Not quite.
Operation.
No.
Well, that's
It is going to be called a constant. When it's just a number with no variable, it is a constant. Now, Brock, was it you that said it was a term? Okay. I'm glad you said that. There are, and I'm going to tell you right now, 2 terms in here. The terms are always going to be split up by our mathematical operation of adding and subtracting. So this right here is a term. What else is a term? Well, this positive 7. So this expression has 2 terms. Still with me? Nothing too hard there, right? Because expressions do not have equal signs, we will not solve expressions. We simplify expressions. But what are we going to simplify today? Well, we're going to really be focusing on combining like terms. You've done combining like terms before, but you might see it written like this. Simplify the expression. I try to make this as easy as possible by giving everything names. And yes, there'll be some silly names, they'll be ridiculous, but we're going to start off nice and easy first. I have 1 black marker. I have 1 black marker. Justin, I know this is tough. How many black markers do I have? 2. My gosh, you are a rock star. We have 2 black markers. How many do I have now?
2.
Oh, I still have 2. Like, I mean, that's not hard, right? The way that this could be written is you would see something like this. A B plus a B. And I've named it black marker plus black marker. When you just have a variable, and I cover up this portion, how many B's do I have right there, Brock?
1.
1. What I'm going to want you to do is if you just see a variable with no number, I want you to write that number there. So Brock told me it's a 1. Brock, how about right here, man?
1.
1. So we've got 1 black marker plus 1 black marker. Some of you are going to do this and some of you aren't, and it's going to probably bother both Miss Armstrong and I. When we find like terms, you're going to circle, box, underline, do something to show that they are like terms. So I'm going to circle. I've got 1 black marker. What's my other like term? Lydia? No. Curtis?
Plus 1B.
Yeah. My other like term has to include the sign in front. That's what's telling me is happening. So, just like with the exponents where we kept that base, we want to keep the variable. Because if I'm adding black markers and black markers, what am I going to still have? Well, black markers. So I'm still going to have my B. Then we say 1 plus 1. Gives me 2 black markers. Is that hard?
No.
Okay. Let's stick with this marker theme. So I've got, I know this is going to be tough. Reagan, don't get too confused, okay? I've got 1 black marker, 1 green marker, then 2 more black markers. Again, I know this is tough. Cameron, how many black markers do I have? 3. Is that hard? Just because this green marker was there, was it hard to say I've got 3 black markers? Okay. Well, how's this going to get written? It's now going to get written as B plus G plus 2B. Before we do anything else, what do you think we should do first? Go ahead, Nicholas.
You need to box the like terms.
Almost. We're going to do that next. Cheyenne?
You need to put a number in front.
Oh, if it does not have a number with it, we need to put it there. What coefficient will go with a B? Good, Lydia. 1. Alyssa, what coefficient will go with the G?
1.
1. Nicholas, now what?
Now you need to box the like terms.
Good. So I've got 1 black marker. What's my other like term? Oscar, what's my other like term?
B, 2B.
Not just 2B. What do we have to include with it?
Plus.
We always, whether it's positive, whether it's negative, we have to include the sign in front. So now I'm going to say, we know if we're adding B's, we're going to be left over with a B. Then I can say 1 plus 2 is 3. Or is there anything to combine with the G?
No.
Then everything, including the sign, comes straight down. This is simplified. That's as simplified as I can get it. Gives me 3B plus 1G. Questions there? I know for a fact some of you are going to try to add 3B plus 1G and get 4 B's. If you name it, if you say I've got 3 black markers plus 1 green marker, can we have 4 black markers? Is that going to make sense?
No,
That's why I try to get names with them so it will make sense in your head. So, let's do this one. Let's make it a little bit tougher now. I've got negative 2y plus 4z minus 3y plus 3z. And before we do anything, actually, I'm going to change this a little bit. Let's just make it a negative y. There. So I'm going to think of names. For my y's, they're going to be my yaks. So I've got negative 2 yaks, and I've got a negative yak. For my z's, I've been really studying Spanish so I can teach Cole. That's what I've been working on. My z is going to be, in Spanish, zebra. Anybody want to take a guess what a zebra is?
Zebra.
Oh my gosh, yes! See, I'm teaching Spanish in this class too. Now, before we start anything, what do we need to do? When we look at this problem, what do we need to do? Go ahead, Maverick.
Add the one before the y.
So how many y's am I going to have then?
One.
Not just one, but a
-1.
negative 1y. Now we can begin our circling or our boxing. So I'm going to circle negative 2y. What else am I going to circle? Good, Cody. Negative 1y. So we're combining our yaks. So my yaks stay. Negative 2 minus 1. Okay, I'm not going to say negative 2, negative 1. Now it's a mathematical problem. Negative 2 minus 1 leaves me with negative 3 yaks. Still with me there? Then, did you say no, Curtis?
Oh, no, I'm with you. I'm just saying,
Okay.
no, we just have now.
Now, what else do we have to combine? Emma, what else do we have to combine? Zebras. Zebras. So, what am I combining? What are my like terms?
4Z and Z.
No.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Plus 4Z, then plus Z.
So, we've got a positive 4z and a positive 3z. So, we know that we're going to have zebras. 4 plus 3 is what?
7.
Can I leave my answer like this?
No. Yes.
No. What sign needs to go with the 7? Go ahead, Emily.
Addition sign.
The addition sign. Then, if you're still trying to figure out, do I need to simplify, ask yourself, because we've named them, should I add my yaks and zebras? I mean, can I add my yaks and zebras and get negative or positive 4 yak zebras? No, that's not what we're doing. We have yaks, we have zebras. We're done. Questions there?
No.
Okay.
Ms. Rach, can I do a question that's not related to the class? Like,
No.
Oh, it's not-
Later. So, last one. Let's say we just have some of our constants though too. So we've got 7 minus 4. Oh, we're going to go with our pulpos again because it's fun. Plus 3 minus 12. The P is going to stand for pulpos, which is octopus in Spanish, because Cole has a little squeaky octopus for the bathtub, and I keep trying to teach him Spanish, so it's a pulpo. What are my like terms? So Ryan, what's my very first number here? What's my 7? We know that's a constant, right? Is that 7 positive or negative? Positive. When it doesn't have a sign with it, it will be positive. Does everybody understand that portion? Okay. What's my other constant, Ryan? There you go, positive 3. So now we read it. 7 plus 3 gives me 10. Okay? Let's see. Cameron, what are my other like terms? Negative 4p, and I'm going to box that, and negative 12p. So we know that we're going to have our pulpos left over. Negative 4 minus 12 leaves me with negative 16 pulpos. Now listen, is this the only way you could write your answer? Absolutely not. What if I kept the p's first? Well, this is a term, it's negative 16p. What would I write second? How about we raise our hands? What would I write second? What do you think?
Plus.
Y plus. Because you're absolutely right. Y plus. Emily.
Is it a positive?
Yeah, because there's no sign, which means it's a positive 10. So a positive 10 is the same as saying plus 10. Both ways are absolutely fine to show. Everybody with me? Easy. Mrs. Armstrong, any other examples that you think we need to see right now? Okay.